And I'm sure you've had some failures in your life, Frank, that
No,
you
man.
recover from and maybe not, or still carrying with. I know I
Yeah.
am. Certain things that I still carry with me that I need to probably reflect on. Um, but I'm sure you would want that for your own children, Frank, and those beautiful kids that you have with your beautiful
Thank
wife,
you.
and you know you embrace them so very much. But
Thank you.
what do you think about that, Frank?
It is a blessing. I mean, as a father, I don't. In a way, we as men, the first thing we ask, so what do you do? Growing up, it's like, oh, what sport are you? You're a football player. Oh, you got to be. We compartmentalize ourselves, right? But there's just so many more facets than me as a school counselor or a school official. I'm a father. I'm a son. I'm a runner. But above all, I'm my faith is rooted in God. I'm a child of God, and that to me is the catalyst. Without that, if I don't go a day, you're talking about self reflection, about those internal wounds. If there's a day that I don't lift up my spirituality, it makes a difference between a great day and a terrible day.
Yeah.
If I don't just stop, pause, reflect, be it in prayer, read something inspirational, I'm gonna I'm gonna have a terrible day, and then my wife's gonna see me angry, my son's gonna see me angry. But what am I modeling? What am I showing? What's the legacy that I'm leaving? Now, that's not to say that they're never gonna see me have my bad moments, because we're not perfect. We all have something, right? We all have some kind of cross in our lives. But if I make it a habit, okay, and I'm not resilient, and I don't show that resiliency, what am I modeling for my children? What am I modeling for my wife as a protector? If there's a noise in the middle of the night and I told my wife, "Here, you go." No, what am I doing as a man? As men, we are called to
Yeah.
lay down our lives for
Yeah.
those entrusted in our care. You can be a wimp or you can be a winner.
Mm.
It's that simple. Life is tough. We know that. But with the resources, material, spiritual, physical, and the friendships and the brotherhoods that we can forge, that's what's going to help us gain that resiliency to not, to when life throws curveballs at us, that we're going to bounce back up and look back and say, you know what? That really sucked, but here I am now, and I'm much better for it. I made that mistake back then, but you know what? I have a choice. I can either I define myself by that mistake, but I'm so much more than that mistake, and I refuse to define myself by that mistake because I bounce back, and I can be a warrior or a sloth. It's
Mm.
that simple.
Yeah, man. You just brought something that my dad taught me early on. He's Charlie Garcia Sr. is big on this conversation we're having, especially resilience, and he follows. He's a sports guy, so he loves football and all that
Yeah,
other. But boxing was something that we always did, and so growing up, I boxed the whole. I still do a little bit of that on occasion,
I see
but
you're not set up. Yep, I
yeah,
see
I got a little
yeah,
setup here in the gym. We'll talk
very
about that maybe
nice.
at the next one. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
bring some about surrounding ourselves with what we need, right? And being able to,
sure.
our environment's so important. Everything I think we do, even how we set up our home gym to the way that we set up our home. Is it a home or, is it just a house, right?
Right.
Or, but my dad would tell us, he went back to this old trainer called Casamato. I don't know if you know who that is. Do you know who that
Sounds
is?
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a very famous trainer. Actually, he's the one, if you study the Rocky films,
Yeah,
so
of course.
Stallone basically took all his, when you see that trainer Mickey,
Yeah.
right? Almost word for word, what he says to Rocky, he got from Cuss. So if you look at Cuss Amato, you'll hear him saying the same thing. And he took Sylvester Stallone took that and he made Mickey the trainer. Even when he tells the Rocky in that scene, he goes, we lose things in this world, right? We lose our friends, we lose our loved ones, and we got to have something to live for, Rocky. And you're why I'm living.